Okay, this is Coach Des here. I'm here to talk about the Chiefs versus the Bengals. Now, I'm calling this the tale of two quarterbacks. The Jaguars couldn't get it done against the Chiefs. If they would have had a little bit more time, I think that it would have been possible. But again, I'm calling it the tales of two quarterbacks because when he was hurt in that first quarter, the Jaguars did nothing to capitalize on his injury. They allowed him to do the short drops because that's all he did was do short pass offs, and the tight end did the rest. So I'm gonna show you something now, right here. It should have been 27 for 122 yards. That's what they average per game. 24 for 37 for 245 yards. But what you see in yellow is what they did. 23 for 96 yards and 17 for 25 for 134 yards. Way off the mark. Way off the mark. But what I did notice, now that's what they average, and this is what he did. Those yards, after he was injured in the first quarter, it was 23 yards. He had 23 carries for 96 yards and 16 for 25 for 134 yards. I take that back. That wasn't the total, but this is what he did after the first injury, after he got injured in the first quarter. So it was a total of, right here, 30 carries for 144 yards, 27 for 38 for 218. So that's what he did. So, like I said, it's the tale of two quarterbacks. I would have, since I knew that he was only doing short drop-offs and he wasn't passing to the left as much, because when you pivot that foot backwards, you need it to help you throw the ball. Well, he could not stand on that leg. So he can only do the fancy ones by going to the right or to the middle. And if you notice that, if you like me, you got all the games recorded, go back and watch it and you'll see what I'm saying. He only went to the middle or to the right, passing the ball. And they were all short, within 10, less than 10 yards. He had one after that. I think it was a 12-yard completion. But before that, it was mainly about 7 yards, 7, 8 yards that he would pass to and hop along Cassidy from there. So now, in order for the Chiefs to beat the Bengals, again, it's going to be a tale of two quarterbacks. He averages, like I said, 27 carries for 122 yards per game, 24 for 37 for 245 per game. But which one is showing up this Sunday? Because he is resting that foot, that ankle, which means he may not have enough time for the actual practice and throwing and making sure that that leg is fine for him to throw off of. But we'll see. So again, for the Chiefs to beat the Bengals, they average rushing right 5 yards per carry, middle 3, 6 to the left, and that's the way he likes to run. They run to the left and they pass to the left. That's his motto. And if he's going to do any of these fancy passes, it's always passing to the right, which he averages 12, and down the middle. And we know who he's going to. But he also averages 1.5 sacks per game, and 1 interception per game, and the team averages 1 fumble per game. But the Bengals, as you can see, they don't give up much on rushing at all. 4, 4, and 3. That's 3 yards to the right, middle, 4 to the left, 4. Passing to the right, they average 11. 12 down the middle and 11 to the left. But the sacks, interception, and fumbles, they average 2 sacks per game, 1 interception per game, and 1 fumble. If I was them, I would rush 7 just to test it out and see how his leg is doing, his ankle. If it ain't doing good, they better bring in that backup quarterback, because I see at least 3 sacks coming out of this. I see 1 fumble and 1 interception. Maybe even 4 sacks, 1 per quarter. But again, this is the Bengals. Now, y'all beat them before. So in order for the Bengals to beat the Chiefs on offense, like I said, I have these in the little numbers. That's O stands for offense. They have a good running game. They average 5 to the right. They got 10 passing to the right. Down the middle is 12. And then 10 to the left. But he also averages 3 sacks per game, 1 interception, and 1 fumble. So he's got to stop waiting for somebody to get open in order to throw the ball. No, y'all need to stop doing that. For the Chiefs defense to stop, they give up too many yards rushing to the right. They average 6. They need to do that, because I did find out when I watched that, like I said, Jacksonville was a little slow at seeing this. But I found that I noticed when I watched the game the second time, because I needed to know about his injury and how far was he throwing the ball, which side was he throwing the ball to. I noticed that the defense on the Chiefs are weak on the left side, which the Bengals offense can capitalize on that. Passing to the left and running to the left. The Jaguars gain more grounds to that left than any other position. They did 11 for 15 with 119 yards. They, in running, they did 7 for 22 yards. But what I'm saying is the Chiefs is weak on that left side. They give up too many yards on that side. Now, Bengals, when you see that defense shift over to protect, then you can run it to the middle or to the right. But until you see that defense shift over, I will continue to run it down their throat on that left side. So, again, what am I looking for? This is what I'm saying right here. The Bengals for rushing will be 25 for 100 yards. Passing will be 25 for 38 for 284. Now, this is the difference of 2 quarterbacks. Either they're coming and they're averaging 27 for 122 yards, or 24 for 37 for 247 yards. 245 yards. So either they're going to do that, or they're going to average, I think it was 30 for 144 yards rushing, and 27 for 38 for 218 yards passing. That's going to be on them. We'll see what happens. But again, they average 26. Bengals average 26 points per game. They give up 20. Chiefs averages 29 points per game. They give up 22. And because this is a difference of 2 quarterbacks, I just want you to see this. I have the